What's up, YouTube? On this episode of Coddiwomple Overland, we're back on the East Coast. We'll be making our way to Vermont to continue our track along the Northeast BDR.
We don't need a destination, let's go where the river's taking us.
Last year we did a trip up to Maine and did the northern part of the Northeast BDR while we were there. We decided we wanted to go back, and this year we wanted to make our way back up and pick up where we had left off in Vermont. We got a little bit later start this year than we did last year, and before we got out of Ohio we were already seeing snow and knew that weather was going to be a factor.
Yeah, it's pretty back here.
Yeah, it is. I almost wish we were here an hour ago.
Our first night camp would be in New York in the Morgan Hill State Forest. Along with us for this trip was Justin and Michelle from Misplaced Overland. As we set up camp, Justin made short work of setting up the fire pit.
There we go.
In just a few short minutes, we had a roaring fire going and both of the campers were set up. We've been on the road all day. We knew that this trip was going to be pretty cold, so Deb had pre-cooked some soups, and that's what we were going to have for dinner. On the menu tonight was Italian meatball soup. We enjoyed a delicious dinner and sat around and also enjoyed the warmth of the fire. As much as we were enjoying the flakes coming out of the sky, not everybody was so happy about it.
It's snowing.
By this point, the snow really started coming down.
Clean that out. You might want to dump your chair out first.
So funny. Just standing.
What are you doing, pupper?
Just standing at the
It's
door.
like it's snowing. I'm coming out there.
We sat around the fire for a pretty good while before turning in. We were going to have another long day of traveling tomorrow. Last night's temperatures got pretty cold. We poured some water out for Aspen this morning, and within just a few minutes it froze. Even in the cold weather, we decided to cook a full breakfast. After sausage and eggs for breakfast, it was time to get back on the road. Upon leaving camp this morning, we decided to avoid as much interstate as possible and go through the rural countryside of eastern New York. This meant several small towns, but it also meant the opportunity to step back in history and see a lot of older homes.
No, I've got
One of the other cool things about driving in the rural areas is the opportunity to see random sights like this. By late afternoon, we had made our way onto the Northeast BDR just west of Woodstock, Vermont. This part of the trail leads us into the Green Mountain National Forest. It's one of the more technical sections on the NEBDR, and it's perfect for us to try out the track T-van and for Justin and Michelle to get a little more accustomed to their mission summit. Some of these trails are not only Class 4 roads in Vermont, they're also snowmobile trails in the winter. This is actually looks like the basement. You never know what you're going to find in the woods here in this area. There's all kinds of old rock structures and rock walls. A lot of history in this area. We have missed peak foliage, but there was still a lot of golds and a lot of reds left in the forest. The closer we got to dark, the more technical the trail became. Not that it was too rough at all by any means, but it definitely gave us an opportunity to watch the trailers work and see how they flexed under these conditions. As the sun ducked behind the mountains, it was time to start finding camp. It would end up taking us till after dark to find a camp that was suitable for us. We all had dinner and hung out in the annex of the T-van for a while before I set up and started doing some editing on the videos.
What is it?
The next thing I knew, my support team had given up on me.
What are you doing here?
We're having breakfast.
I thought you were giving Smithfield what for on the bacon. I mean, as much as I'd like to see you get a sponsorship from Smithfield, let's...
You know, they're right next to us.
Are they really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
in Grayson.
Oh, nice.
Tab's mom worked for him for years.
Wow.
Most of the people we know have worked for Smith.
I mean, honestly, for Overland food, do you really need any more sponsors other than bacon and coffee?
That's it.
It's really, it covers most of the major food groups.
I mean, I think you could live on bacon in the morning, cold bacon as snacks in the afternoon, and then bacon sandwiches for dinner.
Oh, that, absolutely. A little tomato on there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Make you a little slice of bread.
Even Aspen approves. Look at him.
Yeah, Aspen's, he's all about that.
He's about ready to get in trouble. Is what he's about
He
ready
says,
to
just
do.
give me some right now, and I'm taking some of that.
Yeah.
Bacon nuggets.
Yeah, because look how small they. Look how tiny they got. Cut it in half.
That's a new product.
Yeah, it's a bacon nugget.
Smithfield bacon nuggets.
Holy cow, Bill, that is warm. Was that like 100 degrees in there?
Well, it was straight off the diesel heater.
What do you say? And
That's gonna be good. Look at that, bacon and eggs. Ooh, I mean, bacon and
sorry,
pancakes.
Aspen.
Pancakes were way too burnt, so
Well, let's see what
Deb's showing me how.
Bill's color, Deb's color.
My cupcakes are better.
Yeah, but see, I like these. These don't
Yeah.
bother me in there one bit.
Right? See?
Eat that pancake, sir.
That's okay. Dig in. Do dig in. I got two more over here just like it.
I was doing it for the camera, but I mean,
You did well.
I know.
After having a breakfast complete with bacon nuggets, pancakes, and Vermont maple syrup, we took a walk around our camp and found this really beautiful creek. After the hike and a little nature sightseeing tour, we got back on the road to head on south on the NEBDR. The NEBDR, just like most of the other BDRs on the East Coast, is not just made up of dirt roads or gravel roads. Some of them, or most of them actually, have some blacktop that takes you through the rural parts of the area. Along these rural routes, in and out of the towns, you can find all kinds of little gems to stop and check
I
out.
like Bill's pancakes.
You like Bill's pancakes, sir?
I did. I don't see the problem with them. Deb makes a fine meal and fine pancakes, but I like my stuff with a little bit of skillet attached. It gives it flavor. So,
Well, just agree to disagree. Me and Deb will stand
well, but,
team. Oh, look at that little porker out there. That right there. Is some
but
good
that's
bacon.
not any.
While Justin was trying to have a serious conversation about my pancakes, Michelle decided to talk about a pig. While she was talking about a pig, I seen one of the biggest turkeys I'd ever seen in my life. Meanwhile, Deb and I went into this beautiful little country store to check things out. Justin and Michelle had decided to finish their discussion about the pancakes by agreeing to disagree, and then we went outside to explore a little bit more of the farm. While we were inside, the lady warned us about that big turkey that we had seen earlier.
Go away. I ain't got nothing.
Come on, Deb, get on.
The road a little ways.
Get back there. It's on the ground.
After Michelle had her bout with Tom the turkey, we continued making our way through southern Vermont and checking out some of those gorgeous countryside. Early afternoon, it was time to start finding lunch, and these little general stores are perfect places for it. After lunch, the BDR led us out of the little towns and onto the gravel and dirt and back through more of the National Forest. At this point, it was getting a little bit later in the afternoon. We wanted to try to find camp before dark today. We were in the area of the Somerset airfield and knew there were some camping opportunities around here. We made it to camp just before dark, built a great fire, and set up for dinner.
Getting prepped and ready for some dinner. I got the cast iron skillet. I am just going to go up to the fire and just warm it on the fire. I've actually made this at home.
After a great meal, we hung around the fire and just relaxed while the dogs burn off some energy. We sure hope you've enjoyed riding along with us on this section of the NEBDR, and I hope that you'll stick around for the next one when things get a little bit tight. Until next time, see ya.